Hello everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have a pub match on the Eastwood Skirmish map. It should be interesting on a smaller size server, and with that being said, I hope you enjoy this pub match battle. Here we are with our round of Eastwood Skirmish. Union's being a little aggressive, was a little late to set up some of my stuff, so that's why we're starting a little late. But Union's being aggressive on this map, already trying to take this corner position with their friendlies still at spawn, which is what we normally see for pubs. This Union force is going to get wiped, though, trying to take this corner. However, because of this push by Union here, they're not completely wiped. The whole Confederate team, as you can see, when I right-click here, it'll show the flags of the players, what team they're on. So every player has a Confederate flag above them if they're Confederate. Every Union player has a Union flag above them if they're Union. As you can see, the whole Confederate team got pushed over here, which is insane. Union could have a huge opportunity to push the right flank into the corn, but they are not doing that right now. So with that being said, it looks like they're just trying to push for these rocks in the middle. Actually, are they just reforming here? Jeez. Alright, so Union is not taking advantage of that opportunity of pushing down the right side, because we have seen, usually the Union strategy is to push down to this left flank here, and then come through to that corner position, and then hold there, knock the Confederates down, maybe charge them a couple times. But because Union tried to take this corner so quick, the Confederates readjust in the meta strategy and taking this, and Union have started more and more often to go down this right flank. However, we haven't seen that yet by any Union group. Possibly this group is going right. We shall see. We do have a Confederate officer here, Icy Bones here. He's probably scouting, seeing that group of men there. But yeah, Confederates holding. It appears they're shifting left. I don't know if that's the whole group or if that is just a part of the group, probably trying to stop this group that's coming up onto that stone position. I'm surprised more Confederates aren't moving over. There they go. They start moving right now. But, yeah, they're trying to react, make sure Union can't take control of that corner position, because that corner position on this map is very, very huge. Confederates have to hold this line to have a good chance of winning. Of course, that isn't the end-all, be-all for the Confederates, but at that point, it's very hard to retake. By the way, it is about a 60v60, so one of the smaller sides of the battle. But yeah, it's still interesting, because we're used to seeing these higher pop maps, where you have these big charges and whatnot, but we haven't seen a lot of battles like this. This is what old War of Rights used to be. 100, 150 player servers. So it's very interesting to watch these older type of battles on newer strategies, which is the whole point of this. And we can see a Union group try to take one of these corner positions, but they're getting absolutely wiped by this Confederate force. So Union is being aggressive. I like to see it, but they're so spread out that it's not going anywhere. Look at that. Union's actually holding. That flag goes down. That's huge. They need to pick that up and get information. These guys back here need to push forward.
Oh my god, they're all... Okay, boys, pull back. No, pull back, pull back. Nope, everyone pull back. That's a fucking whole line. That's a fucking whole line.
So, yeah. Union in disarray. Again, I liked what Union did, but they took a little too long trying to move over there. Allowed the Confederates to readjust, which cannot happen. So we're probably going to see more Union spawns here. In the meantime, let's shout out all the officers who are leading this round. So for the Confederacy, we have Fruit here from Cobb's Legion. We also have Death Squad, Icy Bones from the 13th Georgia, and then Pac Manard from the 18th MSR. I'm guessing that's Mississippi Rifles. And then on the Union side for artillery, we have, I think Squad is the artillery leader. Yeah, we have Squad here. On top of that, we have for infantry, we have Night Breeze and Toot Toot.
Okay, I have to go get groceries.
They are strategizing right now. And then over at main, We have Vastel from the IVB. So here's the unfortunate thing, though. There's 2 infantry officers for the Union over there, strategizing with 5 men, and then you have 1 man leading what I assume would be a majority of these guys. So I'm intrigued to see what these 2 officers will do when they see the rest of their men come this way. Is this a regiment doing their own thing? Yes, it is. The 5th Ohio, it appears. You'll see that groups will go out in pubs with like 8 to 10 of them and try to recruit. Go off, do their own fun skirmishing thing. It's a good time. But the majority of the Union group is moving, appears to be down this right side. These 2 other Union officers are also moving their men as far right as they can go. No Confederates are there. Confederates have held that corner position, but now they are reacting. I wonder if these flags have revealed their movements.
Getting into the corn, so we're gonna need it.
Yeah, I know.
So it appears they do see him. They are double clicking. Union's going to get there way earlier than the Confederates, because Confederates are in no hurry right now. Or they just realized to it. Even if they aren't sprinting, I don't know. So we can see whole Union team moving here. Confederates are in position here to deal some damage to this Union force. Although this isn't as big as servers, it's still interesting. So Union is not pushing in the corn. Union needs to push into the corn. They cannot sit here and shoot. They need to be aggressive like they were earlier. I do not know why the Union group is going across the middle of the open field. But they need to get into the corn, and then they can get completely behind the Confederates and engage them. Server pop is even number. Union artillery probably takes away only 3 men, which isn't bad. But Confederates are now pushing into the corn, straight past the 5th Ohio. Oh my goodness. That 1 man is distracting the line, and this officer is going to bonsai straight into this Union line with none of his guys because they were distracted by that 1 man. Yeah, Union's going to be able to wipe this. Confederates, I understand what they're trying to do. Because like I said, Union could easily just get behind them. But now, Confederates charge. They're taking a lot of skirmishing on the line, especially right now, which is huge with these lower pop maps. Because with lower pop maps, each person that dies is going to have more of an effect on the total tickets remaining. We do have another Confederate officer here, Icy Bones, with 2 men. I don't know if they're scouting or what, but we have the rest of the Confederate force holding in the corn. 5th Ohio group is distracting the rest of the Confederate force. So Union's able to take hold of the corner. So, yeah. Union just needs to be aggressive now. They need to charge into the Confederate lines here. Look how beautiful this game is. Absolutely phenomenal. It would be great. And now we have Mr. Sevi here. Hi, Sevi.
Are
Yes.
you live? Oh.
Yeah.
Hi.
I'm in the middle of a match, but it's
Well,
all right.
That's pretty early.
Yeah. So basically, what's happened up to this point? Union charged with 1/3 of their team on the left side, failed. Because all the Confederates went there.
No,
Union tried
you don't
charging
say.
down middle. They failed. And now they charged over here. They sat there and shot at the Confederates. Confederates charged at them and lost. And now we have this skirmisher group distracting that group. So that's what's happened up to this point.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Looking at it so far, it looks like the Union, I mean, if they get a foothold inside the corn, it's kind of hard for the Confederates to dislodge them. But looks like the Union just had engaged before the Confederates did. So, you know, that's not exactly a good situation to be in as the attacker when you have, like, you know, a lot more tickets. You don't want to be hitting engaged before the enemy.
Yeah, no. It's a 60v60, and that's also, I wonder if Union...
Oh!
Yeah. So this is
Even
like Old War
percentages right
rights now. I'm intrigued, Confederates engage. I'm intrigued, though, because there's more companies, more officers trying to lead less men.
Yeah, at least since they've added the extra 2 officers per team, I've found that there's a little bit less organization in these smaller rounds, just because the Company B officers aren't always, cooperative, and there's an extra flag you have to deal with, and in a small player count, having those 2 extra flags doesn't actually help you. In fact, I would usually say it's a hindrance, because that's 2 extra liabilities for you to have. And one of those goes down, and that's a whole quarter of your team that can't spawn in.
That is true. Also, yeah, I mean, you have more flags. I doubt more people are going to be dying. There's not going to be terribly long queues. So.
I guess, but even in a
Why would you
6v60,
need
there
it?
weren't. You don't need the big long queues
No,
anyways.
there's not going to be long queues in this game. You don't need more than 1 flag. So Confederates are trying to push forward and hold this corner position, but oh my goodness, that's so spread out.
It is really spread out, but these Union guys, half of them didn't have their shots, so they were allowed to. They allowed the Confederates to get in position without much delay. It looks like a couple Confederates are entering melee. They're not going to do much besides maybe distract a few. And the Confederate officers charging forward, kind of insane, kind of awesome, really, if you think about it. Imagine if that was like a thing. Like, hey, I'm sorry, I ran out of ammunition. Let me go charge out the Yankees.
Yeah, imagine.
That's actually how Stonewall Jackson died. They say he got team killed, but that's not really what happened. He ran out of his 6 shots and ran at the Yankees trying to get an extra fresh reload.
During the night too. Union wouldn't expect that strategy. So Union's able to hold. Union should really charge here.
I agree, but it's a pub game, so they don't want to charge. You know how it is. You're probably just gonna see buckball shooting for a few minutes here. Again, the Union over there, the 32nd Ohio, I'm sorry, 32nd Pennsylvania. I don't know how the fuck I said Ohio, and the 42nd Pennsylvania. Well, the 42nd obviously gets the sharp rifles. That's really nice. But the 32nd gets the smoothbore, and the smoothbore 42 again can load buckball. I'm sure longtime viewers of this channel know that. So that is a pretty large advantage for them, especially at these close ranges. And as the attacker, you really want to be forcing close range engagements, which the looks like these public officers have been doing a pretty mediocre job at doing.
Yeah, Union was very aggressive to start, and now they just kind of sat back and shot the whole game. It's very interesting.
Yeah, a 32-minute engaged isn't the best thing ever for a pub game. Obviously that's still good. They're on track, but you can get a lot better than that. I mean, oftentimes, on this map, what they needed to do was do those charges, and you know what? They failed taking position, but you need to do those charges at the beginning of the game. And now you see them falling back, and I don't really understand why they're falling back.
It's not like they're white. They have a sizable force, and now we can see some Union going to that corner position that we saw them go earlier at the beginning. I don't think they have a flag, though.
They don't have a flag. Looks like it's just a respawn crew. Do they even have an officer? Is that just an NCO telling them to all go left? Looks like it. That's what happens. That's what happens. I don't know if the officer told him to go left.
Actually,
wait, is that a pub? Oh,
I think this is a regimental group going out in pubs.
I don't know. There's only like 4 regimentals.
They all have GC.
Well, yeah, I'm GC in the front, but the rest aren't GC. Oh, actually, you're right. There are quite a few of them.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, they're just going left, I guess. And I'm sure that infuriates the pub officers to no end. But that GC group is going to be reaching a really contested group of rebels. And those rebels over here, they all have their shots. So I guess we'll see what happens. But don't hold your hopes up for these guys. Yeah, already a few of them not going down. Not very many hits though from the Confederates. And the Union were able to start getting up and start getting loads and shots off. Pretty nice for them.
But they don't have any flag. Confederates do, so this will probably fail.
Yeah, I mean, the Confederates have multiple flags up there. Yeah, they have 2. So that's a respawn every 5 seconds or so.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
It's gonna start becoming out of lines and skirmish for the attackers, which normally isn't that bad. But when you're down on tickets like we're seeing, why would you charge?
Well, they're only behind by like a minute.
That's true.
Well, I think the Confederate charger here isn't the worst thing ever. Just because it gets those out of lines and it frees you up to move to a different flank.
Yeah, but I guess you are getting out of lines as the defenders and skirmishing deaths, which like that's too far. But
exactly. But this is a pub game, and those guys over there, they have no idea why he just got shot. They have no idea why dying out of line's bad. Which kind of sucks because I don't know if it's very clear when people die and says like your morale loss has been decreased by 80% because your information. I don't think that is obvious enough for most players. I kind of wish it just said like you will lose 5 units. Like I wish they just said it like in video game terms.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people, they see that and they're like, I don't know. It doesn't. When they say your morale loss has decreased by 80% when you're die information, that doesn't tell you that morale is respawns, and I think that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a very complex game. We do have Union charging up to this position, but they are outnumbered.
And in a worse position. Like when you're at a when you're in basically a column facing a line, it's a lot harder to get your shots off.
Yeah, no. Where is the rest of the Union? I know I'm cutting
Yeah,
off
you
the
don't-
action right now, but there's a lot at spawn, but that's that group we saw that just got wiped. And then we have that Union group that fell back there still here. We have a new officer, most likely American here. Those other officers dipped.
I wonder if he's a European. No, I mean,
This is the
I think
European
if the
time.
entire unit was over here on the leftist, we should be doing well, but it looks like they're losing and gonna have to fall back very soon. Kind of unfortunate there for the Union. And the Confederates are having to move quite a substantial number away from the hill and over to the far left.
But that's not going to matter much in terms of the left here. The right, Union isn't moving at all.
Oh yeah, standing in the open, kind of base. If you don't know, you really need to get in that fence to those guys' right, the far west, and then sprint down over there to the cornfield. That's what you need to be doing instantly. Oh, then instead they're going straight to the east. That's not a good position to be in. You do not want to be in that middle road.
No, because unlike this position where it's a snake fence, it is a straight fence over here.
Yeah, if they went just to their west, to that the other fence line over there, that would be a much better position to be on. And they were there when I first got here. And to be honest, I think they would have had a much better odds if they had sat there and just stayed, or moved through the corn into the woods. Once you get in the woods, if you're able to get all 4 flags in the woods as Union, which they could have done, they could have just walked over there. You win. Like, it's very, very, very hard for the Confederates to dislodge you once you get in the woods. But the Union seem to not really be caring about that. And I think that the group on the left and the group on the right, I mean, there's just not enough in either of their groups. That's why oftentimes it's kind of hard for the attackers to split up. If the attackers split up, then all their, you want to have all your forces massed against the smaller forces. You don't want to be even. And that's what we see here, is where, in the best case scenario, they're fighting off against an even force.
Yeah. Did you see that Union Rambo officer like 30 seconds ago?
I did see that he, again,
Yeah,
ran out of
that
ammo.
was
Ooh,
hilarious.
Union's taking losses.
Yeah.
What that means is that the Union have 50% of their tickets left. So we'll see how soon the Confederates hit it, but I presume it'll be in like 3 minutes or so.
So we
maybe
have
more.
our regimental skirmishers. I don't know if you want to call them skirmishers.
Just a regimental group.
Regimental group. Yeah, there's a sizable. It's more than skirmishers. Pushing up to the corn. At the
Again,
double
I don't
quick
know why
with
they're
you.
going through the open field. Like,
At the double quick, but Confederates aren't reacting, so
yeah, the Confederates, for anything, I mean, they're retreating. Look at that.
I think they're repositioning back into the woods. Because we did see
which
this
is
group go through the corn earlier and then hide in the woods and start shooting. But this group doesn't have a flag. I'm surprised they don't have a flag.
Well, they don't have a flag because they're ignoring the main line.
That is true. That's a fair
In
point.
which, you can't. Yeah. So, the rebels here have been doing a pretty good job of keeping the Union away from the point. And the Union just, I haven't actually seen them mass up. I think an artillery hit. I could be wrong on that. Do the Union have a lot of artillerists?
They
or am
have
I just?
3. 4.
Yeah. Okay.
3 or 4.
1,
5.
2, 3, 4. Yeah. 5. Yeah. So there's quite a couple, and if anything, that's probably a detriment to the Union team because 5 people on a 60-man team is quite a lot. I don't know what they're quick timing in a call information. Interesting.
I mean,
But again, like this current position where they're in the corn, where they're about to be on the snake fence, Rockwall corner, that is a very good position for the Union to be in. And I don't see why all the Union aren't attacking up to this position.
Trotsky is about to be destroyed.
He's gonna get fucking ice picked. Again, though, the Union should be pushing through the corn and not going on the left.
Confederates are taking losses.
Confederates are taking losses around 2.5 minutes after the Union did. That is pretty good for the Union. Oh, he's got fucked. And now let's see how many they're able to kill. There was a surprise attack here, but the Confederates also have their shots, and the Union didn't all get their synchronized volley off. It was more like a spread out series of shots.
They just took
And
the
like you
shots
said
and
earlier-
running back.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
Well, at
Again,
least
though, the
that
Union
group-
should be pushing forward into the corn. All those Union guys should be pushing into the corn. I don't see why they're staying back there on that fence line. Okay, now they are.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good.
If the officer isn't putting down line orders, though. No.
Yeah, the puppies. Again, I highly recommend if anyone's watching this and you play officer a lot, keybind. Use the keybind. Keybind form column. It is a very useful keybind.
However, most of Union's holding there. We do have Spyro.
No, except for a couple Rambos. He just fucking died online. Nice job. Nice job. This is a certified public game moment.
Hubby moment.
Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you. Obviously, these, you're gonna get out of lines and shit when people don't have much stakes in it. But I think that the Union commanders on the left, I think at the very least all he's doing is keeping a much larger force to defend against him. And you know what? It doesn't. I'm sure it doesn't look very good on the ground there, but you can see that the Union is outnumbered over here. And you know what that allows for is the group on the right to get a lot of advancement over there in the cornfield. And if the group on the right is able to actually hold this current position, I have no doubt that the Union will win this game. So all in all, you know, they could just be stumbling right into a victory here.
Yeah. Which, I mean, yeah, Eastwood's, I mean, just general for War of Rights map with lower pop servers, the attackers usually have the advantage.
Oh yeah,
More advantage than they do now, because as we can see, even though Union hasn't done to very merge attack, like their whole team isn't attacking, Confederates can't defend this whole position. So Union had 3 mini groups go out, one got through, it made one of the 2 Confederate groups pull off, and then that second group could come in, and now Union has a firm position. If this was 150 v 150, that probably wouldn't happen.
Yes, and I should also note that even beyond just the player numbers, on this map specifically, the Confederates, one of their units, if I recall correctly, is the Hampton Legion. Do you mind checking the tab screen for a second? I'm pretty sure it says something about the Texas and the Hampton Legion. Oh, 18th Georgia and the 4th Texas. Okay, I was wrong. Shit, I remember. Yeah, they removed those guys. Either way, though, they have a big assortment of guns. I know that one of those regiments can get buck and ball, at least. But these Union, they all either have buck and ball or sharps rifles, which, needless to say, I think are the 2 best guns in the game. Or, you know, the Springfield 42 and the Sharps rifle.
So, a Union charge just failed miserably.
Yeah, they should not charge there, and now they're going to get pushed off.
They were very, very spread out. Confederates a little scattered in the woods, we'll see. This Union force is still engaging.
And now it looks like they're run even, and the Union force is still staying back. Who's that?
Lightning Blanche. He was an officer at the beginning of the round. I don't know.
Oh, he just fucking died. Was he the one who ordered this left push? I don't know.
No, I think.
Well, either way. Oh, okay. Either way, this left push. If I don't know, if they were holding down more Confederates, I'd say it'd be worth it. But still, at this current rate, I think they should move. It isn't exactly the best position to be in as the attacker to be in.
Hey,
you know,
artillery got
this
hit.
left. Oh, look at that. You know, it isn't the worst thing ever. And if the Confederates are breaking soon, then, you know, like if the Confederates are breaking by around 16 minutes, 15 minutes on the clock, that'd be very good for the Union. I just don't know if we're gonna see that, you know?
Yeah. A lot of these Union shots are right here in the middle.
Indeed, it's because people are aiming for the flag bearer instead of actually aiming where the clumps of men are. They'd have much better luck if they were just aiming straight down the fence line towards that giant clump right there. You see that?
Yeah.
It's like 5 in a single cubby. But people, you know, you can't. You can run over there. I'm pretty sure you'll be out of line though. No, they're sitting down. Yeah. Yeah, but you see, like they're all aiming for the flag bearer. Kind of a, you know, it's one of those things that, you know, in regimental games and in pub games you'll see it, which is just one of those things that units themselves got to improve on. It's something that you don't realize because, you know, when you're in a line you expect the flag to be in the center. So, is there anything happening on the right flank in the cornfield?
Nothing really. Confederates just reformed there on the corner. They're pushing up a little bit.
Yes, I would say it's a bit risky for the Confederates here because, you know, they are taking losses. They've taken losses pretty early. And while the Union haven't been doing the best attacks ever, they've been attacking, which is, you know, very important. You know, it goes without saying, as long as you're attacking, you're you know, making an improvement on this map, which is why I can't really knock that left push because they are attacking and they're getting kills.
Union charging down the middle of the road.
Oh god, yeah, no, just go right for once, guys. Come on. That time they were on the far right, they had a lot of opportunities there. Yeah, and look at how spread out this column is. That's just another thing you see in pub and regimental games where the people in the rear don't sprint to catch up.
I think they're just holding this. Did you see that artillery shot? Like whizzed, it went left and right.
I sadly actually didn't see that.
Oh, we do have a Confederate force moving all the way out here, which I guess they're trying to get a flank on these guys, but that's so far forward. But then again, Union's not even pressuring that position. So we have 3 Union groups. There is a charge happening on this flank. I think it's failing though.
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, if the rest of the
Is that
Union pushed
even a-
forward, they would definitely succeed.
They
I
would.
think just a few Rambos ran up.
I don't think that was on purpose, that charge, at least for the overall Union
Is
group.
that the GC group?
Yeah, this is the
Yeah,
GC
okay.
group.
If that GC group went up and went up to the far left, they would be able to capture it. Really, I mean, like, that left is empty now. Oh, look, the Union is charging the far left. Okay, now that is an improvement right there. And they have taken it. They've taken it. The Confederates have retreated down the hill. Well, I think that when we see a Confederate counterattack, but these Union guys with their bucking ball, phenomenal shots at around 10 to 15 yards.
Yeah, the Union
20
officer
max.
saying not to go over. Look at these beautiful shots.
I agree. Yeah, not going over is exactly what they need to do. The Confederates have a little bit of deflate the further they go down that hill right there. But, you know, when they retreat, they'll be right in the open at around, 50, 60 yards.
That Confederate missed that point blank shot on that one.
Oh, that sucks. Oh, yeah, and they're running around with clubs. I love this game.
So, Union pushed down and did take this corner. Union hit braking, though. Confederates will probably hit braking in the next minute and a half to 2 minutes.
And you know what? That is a pretty good, it's not the worst thing ever for the attackers. You would obviously hope for more, because now they have 25% of their tickets, and if they hit 0, they get hit down the final push. And this is one of those smaller maps where the final push timer is not that long. So we got to make sure, or at least the Confederates got to make sure that they hit down those Union to the final push ASAP. If this was a regimental game and I was a Confederate, I would definitely be trying to actually pull all my guys back to spawn and turtle, but we're not going to see that.
No, that's too hard
You
to
know,
pull in a pub match.
Exactly. In a pub game, you're just risking it. Yeah, there you go. They hit breaking. So at around exactly 17 minutes. So around 40 seconds after the Union did. So basically they're even. For all intents and purposes, they're even.
Union is catching up. There was a 2-minute difference last time.
There was. And if the Confederates at last stand before the Union final push, that's a huge bonus for the Union.
So, most of the Union team is bunching up here on this corner, taking shots. A lot of Confederates bunching up on point, taking shots. We do have the GC group pulling out here. We do have this, what I think is a dumb maneuver to push this far forward.
Looks like just like the GC is, pub stomping, the AGL is also pub stomping.
Yeah.
And I agree that they should not be making that maneuver. I think that this is extremely risky when you have 16 minutes left on breaking.
If the GC charges them, which I doubt they will,
well, they have no flag either, so all the GC needs to do is turn around and shoot a few of them. And the GC are closer to their spawn than the AGL.
but they I don't know if they don't see them.
Oh, they don't. I don't think they realized. Well, I mean, they are buttering up. But God, how do you not realize that? I'm sorry. But now the AGL is just gonna be killing the Union artillerists and respawns. So the AGL is now just free ran over there, while the GC is pushing forward.
The GC group with a couple other 30th Ohio's here. We're merging onto this fence. Confederates positioning themselves on this rock here.
I think it's very risky. I mean, the
is.
Confederates are definitely gonna hit last stand, especially if they're in skirmish formation.
Yeah, $10. Half this guy line is crouching. Yeah.
Yeah, no. And I said it once, I said it again. You should really never be kneeling in war rights. It just ain't worth it. Like 99 times out of 100. Even if you have cover, it ain't worth it. But I mean, look at that. The Confederates, I think, did a great job holding off the Union, but then they just lost the charge, and that's what happens. You lose the charge, and then you lose the position, and now they can never take that position back. Unless the Union manages to get wiped here somehow, which I don't really see how that could happen.
Yeah, Union for the first time this whole round is massed up at a singular point.
Which is very important, and they're on a very good point, which is that fence line right there. The moment the Union is secure on that fence line, they basically got the game in the bag.
Unless they drop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, obviously, they could drop the bag. The game could spill right out of it. But, I don't think that the Confederates have much left to do here. All they can really do is hope to stall, hope that the Union don't kill a lot of them, and hope to stay in formation. Nice little bucking ball shot there.
Yeah, they got 2 kills, 2 chances, 2 kills.
But these Confederates, there's 2 chances they have of winning here. Firstly, if the Union hits final push a significant amount of time before they last stand, then, because if you hit last stand with like 30 seconds left on the clock, that really doesn't really do anything, because you weren't going to get that many respawns anyways. Or if they don't hit final push like at all or last stand, and just try to save your tickets, not hit your final stage, period. And I don't really see the Confederates doing either of those. The Confederates are still probing attacks. The Confederates are still staying in skirmishing formation, which was doing them okay when they had the good positions, but now they lost them. And they also lost the timer. So, the time isn't exactly on their favor when there's 13 minutes left.
Why is
and
this
they're
guy
still
not-
engaged.
Oh, I just want to figure out this guy's gonna pick up the... Okay, he died. He was on that flag for a while. I didn't know if he didn't know what button.
Well, maybe he was trying to press F and he just couldn't.
Yeah, alright. I'm gonna pick up the flag.
I knew a guy who keybinded it away from F, and then every single event would just forget that he keybinded it away. And he's like, "How do I pick up the flag? F isn't working." Well, not really every event, but like every couple weeks or so. And yeah, that was fun.
It does sound funny. So Confederates are pulling a little farther back.
But you know, the issue with the public game pulling back is that you're gonna leave 5 or 6 guys behind because they're just like not gonna listen to you, right? Because you know they just want to play the game. But that, I mean, those 5 or 6 guys are just gonna stay up there, and when they used to be information, now they're gonna be out of line. That's oftentimes as the attacker why it's just better to move forward because people will follow you forward. Less people are gonna follow you backwards. So but yeah, but like, why are they doing this little attack here? Why? They don't need to. Maybe they're trying to get down the Union to final push. Maybe they're trying to, you know, get out those easy tickets. But
they took such a curved route to get there.
Yeah, wait, but look. Back there. There's a single Confederate running away from the line, and I think he just got shot. Look. And that's why you don't want to be moving, you know, forward, is because some of the puppies will just continue to charge forward and then die out of line. You need to have a close eye on all of your men in the public game. And the Confederates, you know, I hate to say it, but they're letting a lot of guys run away. It is never worth it to add a line as a defender. Never. Yeah, unless you're in counterattack or something like that. But even then, you don't want to get kills in counterattack. Yeah, there we go. Confederates at last stand before the Union final push. And I gotta say, that is in no small part due to these attacks and out lines.
Union should charge right now.
I don't know. They have 11 minutes.
Yeah, they do. I guess.
I mean, I would say shoot out for like 5 minutes.
It could cause them to go down the final push if they do charge.
Exactly. So, I mean, they have 11 minutes. They can kill like 20 guys before they need to charge, and then it's just you know, easy formality.
There's 60 players on the server. You kill 10, 15 dudes.
Yeah, so as long as these young guys stay in formation, which they actually look like they're running away from formation, they're fine. Confederates starting to charge while on last stand. Bit of a bold move. If they hit the Union down a final push, maybe they'll do something. You know, I just don't think it's worth it. You know, let the Union do something stupid. Don't do it yourself. And now they're on the flank of the Union. But again, you're on the flank. So what? You'll kill information people? They're charging. They're full on charging. That is just.
In front.
Well, obviously,
Union hasn't seen him yet.
No, I think. Oh God, you're right. They don't. They're not even looking.
Now they do.
Yeah. Again, why would the Confederates do this though? No, look at that. Like. You know, enough Union had their shots to make that charge basically fruitless.
Yeah, I could hear the.
I mean,
and that can final push. The Confederate also said,
yeah.
"Let's have fun one last time." So.
I mean, that's fair, but I think that the Confederates could have had a chance there. They had a small chance, and if they were able to snipe out an easy Union out of line or two, they could have hit down the Union final push without losing a whole quarter of their line.
See if Union charges though.
Well, there's only 3 minutes left, and I would sure hope they would charge.
Yeah, which it appears they're doing. So yeah, we're just analyzing this as a purely way of winning, not necessarily the fun of a match per se.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the Confederates don't exactly have a chance.
Yeah, so like those guys were like, hey, let's have some fun, let's charge in. We might call that stupid because that's for winning the game, but if it's fun is the most important thing.
But still, I think that a Confederate officer didn't. I think they had a chance at winning there, and I think that they threw it away by charging. Like I'm talking like 1,000 to 1 still.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, exactly. Because all you gotta do is wait for a unit out of line or two, and if you get lucky with a couple out of lines, hit them down a final push while you still have your whole lineup. 3 minutes isn't a lot of time, you know, to wipe a whole line and then come back up from spawn and capture a point. So I don't know. I mean, obviously the Confederates here were at a disadvantage ever since they lost that hill, and I think that was what really sealed the nail in the coffin for them.
I was kind of surprised that the Union won this way a little bit.
Well, I think in hindsight, like looking back at it, that left push was very, very beneficial to the Union. It tied up a lot of Confederates and let the Union on the right get a lot of kills. And then finally they were able to take that position, and that's really what let them, you know, sweep down and capture the rest of that big fence line.
Yeah.
So sure. I think that push on the left was very good idea.
Oh, did they just end the round?
No, all the Confederates died, so the Unionists they won.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Savvy, your thoughts? I mean,
well, I think that oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, the Confederates. I think the Confederates did a good laying action. But the moment they lost that hill, and also they were also just taking a lot of losses. I mean, they had taken losses very early on. It's the same with breaking. With just these smaller maps, I feel like it's already, back to the old meta of Union favored. But the Confederates did a good job, but they just weren't able to do it. They weren't able to pull out the win.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of surprised how well the Union did, despite there being like 3 mini groups. But I guess that just makes sense in these smaller War of Rights servers because they were able to break through in one area, cause the Confederates to completely divert their action, and that was that. So yeah, well done to the Union. Yeah. With that being said, please like, comment, share, subscribe for more. Join our Discord, and we'll see you guys in the next one.